Hey everyone, welcome back to MTG Collector's Corner. If you're anything like me, your Magic the Gathering collection has probably grown a little, or a lot, over time. 20 years ago, my entire collection fit on a cheap little 3-shelf bookcase. Around 15 years ago, I upgraded to a couple full-size bookcases from IKEA, and now I have an entire room filled with Magic the Gathering. While having a vast array of cards is awesome, keeping it organized can feel a bit daunting at times. But don't worry, today I'm breaking down the organization process into 5 manageable steps that anyone can follow. Whether you have an entire room full of Magic the Gathering or just a couple boxes of cards, these tips will help you bring order to your collection and in turn bring more order to your hobby. So let's get started. Alright, let's dive into our first step, time. Now I know what you might be thinking, time? What does that have to do with organizing my cards? Well, it's crucial. Trying to tackle your entire collection in one go can be overwhelming and lead to burnout. The key here is to allocate specific blocks of time for your organization project. Don't aim for a marathon session unless you truly have the entire day free and the energy for it. Instead, think about breaking it down into smaller, more manageable chunks. Maybe you dedicate 30 minutes a few times a week or an hour every Saturday morning. At the end of 2023, I had about 80% of my collection sorted, and I spent a couple months working entire days at some times getting the last of my collection in order. Depending on the size of your collection, it can become a process of many months. For those of you with smaller collections, even dedicating a single afternoon can make a big difference. Remember to be realistic with your expectations. It's okay if the process takes longer than you initially think. The beauty of scheduling time is that it makes the task feel less intimidating. It becomes a regular appointment with your collection rather than a looming chore. Plus, setting a time frame for each session can actually boost your focus and productivity. You're less likely to get sidetracked if you know you only have a certain amount of time. Even 15 to 20 minutes here and there can make a significant difference over time. Trust me on this one. You could even break it down and sort one box a day. Our second simple step is all about space. Before you even touch a single card, take a good look at the area where you plan to organize and where you'll ultimately store your collection. Consider the amount of space you have available. Are you working with a corner of a room, a few shelves, or do you have a dedicated room for all your Magic cards? Understanding your spatial limitations will heavily influence the types of storage solutions you can use. Think vertically. Shelves are your best friend when it comes to maximizing space. I personally use Billy bookcases from IKEA. Like I said earlier, I've had these for over 15 years, and they are still in great shape despite being moved between multiple rooms. Also, think about the environment of your storage space. Is it dry and relatively temperature controlled? You want to avoid areas that are prone to humidity or extreme temperatures, such as a non-climate controlled basement or attic, as these can damage your cards. Space is not only about where you will store your cards, but also where you will organize your cards. You will want a big, clear area to sort. Having a clean and organized area to work in will make the entire process smoother and less stressful. Get rid of any clutter that might get in the way. A dedicated workspace, even if it's just a section of your desk, will make you feel more focused and in control. When organizing my cards, I sometimes use a folding table set up in my living room so I can binge some TV or hang out with my family as I sort. If you have little ones or furry critters in your home, definitely set up your sorting station in a closed room to protect your cards. So take a moment to assess your space. Think about where your collection currently lives and where you envision it living in the future. This will lay the groundwork for the next crucial step. Step number 3 is goal. What do you ultimately want to achieve with your collection? Having a clear goal in mind will guide your decisions and keep you motivated during the process. Are you primarily focused on easy access for deck building? If so, you might prioritize sorting by color and card type. Are you a set completionist like myself? Then organizing by set and collector number might be your main objective. Maybe you're looking to catalog your collection for insurance or trading purposes. In that case, a more detailed system and a digital catalog might be necessary. Your goal will also influence the level of detail you go into. Do you need to separate out every common and uncommon, or is grouping them together sufficient for your needs? There's no right or wrong answer here. It all depends on what you want to get out of your organized collection. Take some time to think about how you interact with your cards and what you want your organized collection to enable you to do. Write it down if it helps. Having a clear goal will make the subsequent steps much more effective. If you want to learn more about collecting goals, check out my video on just this topic. I'll link it in the description. Now we arrive at step 4, storage. Once you know your space and your goals, you can start thinking about how you want to store your card. Luckily, there are tons of options available to suit different needs and budgets. For valuable or frequently traded cards, Binders with archival safe side-loading pages are a fantastic choice. They offer protection and allow you to easily flip through your collection. Consider using clear inner sleeves for added protection for your favorite or most expensive cards. For larger quantities of less valuable cards, cardboard storage boxes in various sizes are a cost-effective solution. You can label these boxes by set, color, or any other category that aligns with your goals. I collect by set, so I use the boxes that come in the bundles to store my commons and uncommons. And for sets where those don't exist, I use plain white storage boxes that I print these awesome labels for. If you have the space and you build a lot of decks, drawer units designed for trading cards or an old library card catalog case can be a great investment for long-term organization and protection. Think about the size and type of your collection when choosing storage. Also, consider the accessibility of your storage. You want to be able to easily find the cards you need without having to dig through multiple layers. When I use the boxes from bundles, I put a small colored sticker on the bottom of the box so I can easily tell the contents of the box. This box, for example, is full of green cards. Ultimately, you should invest in quality storage solutions. While cheaper options might be tempting, buying storage solutions for the long term will save you money over time, as well as reduce the risk of damaging your cards. Finally, we reach the heart of the matter, the cards themselves. This is where the actual sorting and organization happen. Start by gathering all of your cards in one place. This means taking apart all of your decks, or at the very least, cataloging all of the cards in your decks digitally through Moxfield or a similar site. Don't forget about old shoe boxes that might be stored away in your closet, or that random box of cards under your desk. This might seem obvious, but it's an important first step to get a complete overview of your collection. Next, begin sorting based on your goal. If your goal is deck building, start by separating your cards by color. Within each color, you can further sort by card type, and finally, alphabetically. If your goal is set completion, sort your cards by set and then by collector number. Don't forget the basic lands, tokens, and promo cards. Collector number is pretty easy to figure out, as it's printed at the bottom left of most Magic cards. Another easy way to remember collector number order is a set is broken down by color, starting with white, and then alphabetically in each color. As you sort, take the opportunity to remove any unwanted cards. This could be duplicates you don't need, cards in poor condition, or cards you simply have no interest in keeping. Be honest with yourself. Decluttering is a key part of effective organization. Before you trash any bulk cards, consider donating them to an organization such as MagicKids.org. Once your cards are sorted into your goal-based categories, you can start putting them into your chosen storage solutions. Remember to label your binders and boxes clearly so you can easily find what you're looking for in the future. I have all of my binders and boxes labeled with art, logos, and set symbols from each set. Again, this process might take some time, especially if you have a large collection. Don't feel like you need to do it all at once. Break it down into smaller sorting sessions that fit within the time you've allocated. So there you have it, 5 simple steps in no particular order to help you get your Magic the Gathering collection organized. Time, space, goal, storage, and cards. Remember, the key is to break this process down into simple, manageable steps, and to be consistent with your efforts. You can do most of these steps in any order, but be sure to plan ahead to avoid having to do extra work as you organize. With a little time, effort, and planning, you can have a collection that works for you, instead of being a burden and feeling like you're drowning in cardboard. I hope these tips have been helpful for you. Let me know in the comments below how you organize your collection, or if you have any other tips to share as well. Also, let me know what your biggest organizational challenges are. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and consider hitting that subscribe button. As always, don't forget to like, shower, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.